everyone, in today's video I'm going to be sharing a bunch of Dollar Tree pool noodle hacks. Before we begin, let me know the weather in your area. I live in the Chicagoland area. It is partly sunny today and 97 degrees. It is hot. Anyways, with that being said, let's begin. For this pool noodle hack, you're going to need a tension rod. I got mine for under $6 at Walmart. Take a knife and slice the pool noodle down the middle, but not entirely all the way through, just on one side. You're then going to go ahead and wrap that around the tension rod. Now I got some greenery garland that I am going to wrap around the pool noodle. So that it stays in place, I'm just using zip ties. I recommend using a green pool noodle for this. That way, if there is an area that you forgot to cover up, it's not as noticeable. Dollar Tree right now has some really pretty flowers in. So what I'm doing is I'm just cutting them off of the main stem, and then I'm going to be pushing them through the pool noodle. Make sure you're putting floral pieces all around the tension rod. If you're doing it just on one side, it will lean toward that side. So evenly distribute the weight. I'm also using some white flowers. These flowers I got from Amazon, not from Dollar Tree. I'll try to remember to link them down below, but I'm so bad with that. Time to hang this up. You just want to make sure whatever tension rod you're using, it's going to fit the width of the area you're placing it in. After you hang it up, you can see wherever you're missing flowers and just push more flowers in those areas. You are left with the prettiest little garland thing that you can put inside of a doorway, a window, wherever you want where it can hang. It is so pretty. It's so easy to do. And what would be nice is if you add fairy lights to it and at nighttime it could really glow. Here's a pool noodle hack I love, especially if you have children. Sometimes things get underneath the couch and it's hard to get them out from underneath the couch. What you can do is use pool noodles to block things from going underneath the couch or going too far underneath the couch. How many pool noodles you want to slide underneath the couch depends on the size of the couch and also your floor. So 1 or 2 pool noodles work better on carpet versus a hardwood floor where I have to use more because it's more likely that the pool noodles will slide around if something hits underneath there. So right here you can see I'm throwing my kids' toys at the pool noodles and it's stopping the toys from getting too far, and this is particularly helpful, like I said, for my kids stuff and also my dog. She's always putting her balls underneath there. Pool noodles also come in handy if you do not want the back of your couch to touch the wall. You can see here my couch is making marks on the wall, and when I sit it pushes back into the wall. So what I do is I just wedge the pool noodle between the wall and the couch, and this prevents the couch from scratching the wall. It also helps, again, with toys. When my kids are on top of there, specifically my son, the pool noodles stop the toys from falling all the way down. You could use the same technique if you have a bed that is against the wall, but there's a gap. So my son's bed, that's how it is. There's this gap there, and what happens is a lot books and socks get stuck down there. So what I can do is I can use the pool noodles where the gap is, and you can see pushing the pool noodles down does not block the blanket from moving around, and then it just prevents things from falling down to the side. This is my favorite pool noodle hack if you have a pool. What you're going to do is you're going to get a bin. This one was under $3 from Walmart, and you're also going to get a plant hanger hook from Dollar Tree. You're going to take the chains off of the plant hanger. To do this, just use pliers to open up the top piece and then take the chains off. You're then going to attach all the chains together, and this is real easy to do because each of them have a clip that you just open up and just attach all the chains together. Now take your chain and just feed it through your pool noodle. The bin that you're using, you want to make sure that it comes with a lid, and the reason being is because the edges pop out, and that's how you're going to keep the pool noodle underneath the bin so that it stays floating. So what you're going to do is you're going to wrap the pool noodle around your bin, and then you're going to use the chains to tighten up the pool noodle around the bin so it doesn't unravel. What we have here is a floating cooler that is perfect for the pool. So fill it up with some ice and some drinks of choice. I only put 5 drinks inside of there because I don't know how many it could hold. I don't know about that, but it held all 5 perfectly fine. When you're inside of the pool, you want another drink, you don't have to get out of the pool to go grab something. It works so well. Here I am filming myself. I feel so weird, you guys. There's like people behind us and they probably just see me with this camera filming myself drinking Sprite. They're like, what is this chick doing? For this DIY, I'm going to be using a pool noodle and some wine glasses. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the pool noodle around the wine glasses. Then I'm going to take zip ties and tie between each wine glass. This is going to cinch the pool noodle in some areas and stop it from unraveling. Now you're going to need some greenery. What I'm doing is I'm cutting it down and then pushing it through the pool noodle. I'm also going to be using some floral pieces that I take off of the main stem, and then I push that through the pool noodle as well. I want this to glow, especially at nighttime, so I grab some fairy lights and I wrap them around the pool noodles. I then place a fairy light inside of each wine glass. I also got some tea lights that I'm going to place inside of the wine glasses as well. You are left with a beautiful centerpiece that you can use for so many different occasions or just for decoration. You can switch it out so easily for every single holiday, whether it is Christmas, putting Christmas pics, or Halloween pics. You can change it for the seasons. This is so versatile and easy to make. You can use pool noodles to dummy down the bottom of things. For instance, I have this fake tree beside my fireplace, and to get it to stay inside of the planter, I am using this little wooden bench, and it does not look right at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut down some pieces of pool noodle. My tree isn't tall enough for this basket. To create more height, I got this little bucket from Dollar Tree. I'm going to place in the center of my basket. Then I put pool noodles around that little bucket. Next up, I place my tree on top of the bucket and then fill in the rest of the gaps with the pool noodles. I looked around my house for something to cover up the pool noodles with, and I found a pack of moss from Dollar Tree. I only needed one pack to cover up the top because I had the pool noodles at the bottom dummying up the basket. If I would have used just moss alone, I probably would have needed 20 of these bags to fill in all of the gaps that were around the bucket and the tree. You can see how useful the pool noodles were in this situation. You can use the pool noodles to dummy up so many different things. I've seen people use them to dummy up gift baskets, which I think is a great idea. Use a pool noodle as a door stopper. So say you have a door that you do not want closed, all you have to do is take a pool noodle, cut a piece off, and then you're going to slice the pool noodle down the middle, but not entirely all the way through, so that you can wrap it around the door. I feel like this comes in particularly handy if you're taking a bunch of things in and out of the house and you don't want to have to keep using the handle to open the door, and you just want to push it open real easily. So like when you're moving. You can use pool noodles to be corner guards on your furniture. So say you have kids over and they're banging their heads into the furniture, or you're just nervous about it, or you're moving things and you are banging your foot into the corner of furniture. All you have to do is cut down the pool noodle and then cut into the center of the pool noodle, removing some of the foam. Now, this is not aesthetically pleasing by any means. It's just something you can do when you're in a pinch and you do have some pool noodles on hand. Here I am being an actress, pretending to be a toddler, banging their head on the corner of some furniture. This hack, you can use some LED lights from Dollar Tree. They do have color changing lights or just the regular LED lights. What you're going to do is you're going to cut pool noodle pieces down about an inch. Then take a knife and cut a circle out of the inside of each pool noodle piece. This is where you're going to push your LED light into. If you can, try to cut the pool noodle as straight as you possibly can. I was using a pretty dull knife, so it wasn't cutting as straight as I would have liked. We just made floating lights that are perfect for outside, especially during a party. You have these beautiful lights just floating at the top. You do have to turn on each one individually, so that's why I say I would use it more for a party than for every single day. It just looks so magical, I'm telling you guys. And like I said, they have the color changing ones as well, which are great for like the 4th of July. If you have boots, especially taller boots, you can use pool noodles to keep your boots upright. Cut down some pieces of pool noodle and then put them inside of the boots. This is especially good for taller boots, like I said, the kinds that go up to your knee and they always fall over when you stick them in the closet. This hack is perfect for that. For this hack, you're going to need some duct tape and marbles. This hack is for kids. You just want to make sure, though, that the kid is old enough or just knows not to put marbles in their mouth. So what you're going to do is you are going to tape pool noodles to the wall near your bathtub. You can make them curve. You can make them just go straight up and down. This is completely up to you. Basically, I'm making a marble run, and you can see my son standing there. That's the top of his head because he knows what I'm doing. He loves marble runs. So this is just a bathroom one that you can make where a kid can have fun for a long time inside of the bathroom, and it's really inexpensive to do, which is nice because bathtub toys are expensive, and what stinks about them is they mold real easily, especially if there's a hole. So bathroom squirters, rubber ducks, lots of times there are holes and they mold. So this is just inexpensive to do, and in my opinion, way better than just a little bathroom squirter. I also put some funnels, and if you do the funnels, you can give your kid a cup and they could just pour the water inside of the funnels. Cooper loves this, I'm telling you guys. This has nothing to do with pool noodles or Dollar Tree. I got this nebula light from Amazon that looks like a little astronaut. I like to use it sometimes in the bathroom when Cooper's taking a bath. He loves it so much. It makes everything look super cool. I would only do this if your outlet is not close to the bathtub, and do it supervised. So I always watch Cooper when he takes a bath. He's still really young, so I'm the one near the light. I can make sure he's not touching it, and again, it's nowhere near the actual bath water. This is my favorite pool noodle hack of all time, and I do this time and time again. This time around, I'm using solar lights and a hula hoop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pool noodle and again, slice it down the middle, but not all the way through. I'm then going to wrap that around the hula hoop. I did need to use 2 pool noodles to do this. Now I got some duct tape. I'm going to use it to attach the pool noodles together. That way they don't come off of the hula hoop. And then I'm going to take some greenery and some floral pieces, wrap them around and push them into the pool noodle. So basically we're going to be making a chandelier out of it. All of the greenery and floral pieces that I used for this chandelier are all from Amazon. I'll link them down below for you guys. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a plant hanger from Dollar Tree and I'm going to use zip ties to attach the plant hanger to the pool noodle. Dollar Tree carries these beaded necklaces. 5 come in a pack for $1.25. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting open the beaded necklace and then I'm going to zip tie one end to the pool noodle. I then take my solar light and loop it through the necklace and then tie that other end of the necklace into place, and then I'm attaching the necklaces as I go. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but you can see what I'm doing, and this is how I'm getting my solar lights to hang from the chandelier. Now I go ahead and I hang the chandelier up. That way I can see where I missed some flowers and I got to fill spaces in. To hang this up, I do have a ceiling hook. You can get a 2-pack for like $1.90 from Home Depot. That's usually how I hang up my chandeliers inside of my house, but you can see I'm just filling in any gaps that need to be filled with floral pieces. Now obviously I want this to hang outside because I did use solar lights. To hang it, I just hung it off of some string lights we have in the backyard. This has been hanging for 2 months now. It has not blown away. It has stayed put. The sunlight is able to be absorbed by the solar lights, so it's still working. It is so beautiful. It's something I get compliments about all the time. When people go to our backyard, I'm not joking, all the time. And this would be such a beautiful piece to display for a wedding, a garden-themed baby shower, or bridal shower. It's really easy to do, and it is so beautiful. It does not look like something you made using Dollar Tree products, especially a pool noodle. For this hack, we're going to be using yarn. I recommend getting pool noodles that are similar in color to the yarn that you're using if possible. It just makes it so much easier. I had my husband bend the pool noodles for me so that I can make markings where I know to cut off any pool noodle I do not need. We're going to be making a rainbow, so I had him bend it into a rainbow shape. Now I grab out my yarn. The yarn I'm using is a chunky yarn that I got from Hobby Lobby. It's cheaper to go somewhere else versus buying the yarn at Dollar Tree because you end up spending a lot more money at Dollar Tree when you're buying yarn there because it's just not thick enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie the yarn onto one of my pool noodles, and then I start to wrap it around the pool noodle, and I'm gluing here and there as I wrap to make sure that the yarn isn't sliding around too much. I don't do it all around, just here and there like I said. I realized the easiest way to wrap is by holding the yarn and twisting the pool noodle. I also had my husband help so that things would go quicker. Next up, I got this multi-purpose wire from Home Depot. I'm going to cut pieces that I'm going to feed through each pool noodle. That way I can bend these and they stay put. I highly recommend getting this wire if you like to do pool noodle hacks. It makes it so much easier to bend them and twist them to your liking. Once they're all bent, I grab the pool noodles and I zip tie them all together. I then use hot glue to glue the pool noodles to each other. Make sure you hold the pool noodles in place as you wait for the glue to completely dry. Now I'm taking some white chunky yarn and basically I'm creating a tassel out of it. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking the yarn, wrapping it around to create a big loop. Then I take a smaller piece of yarn, tie it around the top of the loop I created, and then cut into the loop. So like I said, I'm just creating a longer tassels. So I made quite a few of those, and then I'm just gluing them over the zip ties to cover it and also to make it look like a cloud. Now this part isn't necessary, I just thought it looked nice. I grabbed some wood bead ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I'm gonna glue it wherever two pool noodles meet. I just thought it looked nicer this way. It created more of a seamless look to me. That's how I created this jumbo rainbow. It is so pretty, and I'm telling you guys, to buy this handmade is gonna cost so much more money. You might as well DIY it yourself, and you could do the colors that you actually want. Now this is an older hack of mine. You could take multi-purpose wire and bend it in half, then twist it around to make a thicker piece. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna feed that through your pool noodle. With this, you are able to make a topiary, and I find this the easiest way to make topiaries out of pool noodles. To use that wire is just so much easier than trying to use other things from Dollar Tree and twist it around to stay in place. I got a planter and a piece of foam from Dollar Tree. I'm going to push some of the wire inside of the foam. So no matter how long you make your topiary out of pool noodles, you want to make sure you have some wire at the bottom to stick in, whether it be foam or dirt. Then you're going to grab some moss and glue it to your pool noodle. Honestly, this is probably the worst part about making topiaries, gluing all the moss down. Now I actually made this particular one for Easter, so I ended up grabbing some fake eggs and gluing them to the topiary. I added a little pick that I got from Dollar Tree. This was really easy to do. The hardest part was gluing the moss to the pool noodle just because it's so time consuming. So that is it for these pool noodle hacks. Let me know your favorite down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.